Inspire. Inspire.
Hi. Omulabe waffe wa Spark TV nkwaniriza nate ku program ya Inspire, program y'abakyala babeera bagabana naawe biki bye bayitamu. It's basically young women abakyali mu kukula. Omanyi twaleetanga nnyo abantu already abakoze ne mugamba it's because they have experience. No. We have young women that are creating impact in their societies. So betukuleetera ne babeera nga basharinga naawe stories zaabwe. Amanya gange nze Shira Nakayemba. Program ya Inspire tubeerayo buli lwa Sunday ssaawa 12:30 ez'akawungeezi, ate bw'ogisuba osobola ogira ku Lwokuna ssaawa 9 ez'olweggulo. Sinakindi n'ogirabira ku YouTube yaffe. Olwaleero tuli wano nate ku Dynasty Lounge wano ku Wampewo Avenue era nga balina Mother's Day special menu. So nga mugenda celebrating a Mother's Day, you can pass by. They have everything you need. Era be batuwadde ne kachai kaffe akakawungezi ka leero. Nina omugenyi w'enjawulo naye kola bwoti tukomewo.
Inspire.
Weewaawo nga bwe nkutegeezezza, we have a special guest today. Agenda kuba tubuulira. Let me let her introduce herself. Tutandike. How are you?
I'm fine.
Welcome on Inspire.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm honored.
Thank you too. She's very nice. She's very nice. I met her for the first time. And so tell us about yourself.
I'm called Dalison Asera, a mother, a wife, a Christian, a hardworking entrepreneur. I run a business called Kamala Tea, Juice and Ushering Services. Yes.
Yeah, so you do ushering services.
We do tea, juice and ushering. In case you have an event, whether it's formal or non-formal, mikolo, or in a wedding, introduction, birthday, kuchala, or you're doing a conference, you want us to do a breakfast meeting, you want us to do a training, to come and help you do the snacks and the beverages and everything. Fe, we are the best go-to people.
Manche yansanyusako. I met her we had a workshop. So after serving us, najja nambuuza nangamba, how was it? Like, olabanga afaayo ku business. Yeah.
Feedback is very key.
Feedback is very
It's very key because you will come for the issue of money and serve, yet people are grumbling and saying, Vananga, never bring her back.
Exactly.
So after that, me, I usually stay until the event is done. I'm actually always the last person to leave. I sit, people ask, but why are you still here? Yeah, I know why. So I keep getting random feedback. Like, hello, how was it? Did you test our juice? So you get that feedback. Oh, the juice was good. So staying, whether it's good or bad feedback, it helps you as a business to grow. Other than coming, no take a cave into Nevalia and you run. How will you know how to be better next time?
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's why you see I stayed and I would keep...
it's from those people that you get the next client.
Exactly.
So tell us, when did you start this?
I actually started last year, 2022. Mid 2022 ngesembere okugwako.
So before wali okola ki?
My God. I have done quite a number of things. You see, when you invited me and I asked you, can you share with me a link? This lady you shared with me, just seeing the tag. I've done.
I failed at 22
I
business.
said, okay, I am safe. I am safe.
Yeah.
Let me just go and share my story.
So you had also started some other businesses and failed at them?
I have done quite a number of businesses, but here we are. We are not giving up. I've done, I don't think I can even mention all of them, but I've done quite a number.
Tell us some of those you've done. Your campus life, how you finished, what you started with. Yeah. Because that background is actually nice. You see that did the link I shared with you. Like no one can believe her.
Um,
If she told us, you know, I started this business, this and this. If she hadn't told us the businesses she had failed at, you'd not believe that what she is right now. Yeah.
and I think that reminds me to talk about this before I forget. If you're an entrepreneur and you're doing businesses and they have failed, don't fear to do another business. I always had a fear because people talk. Oh, she has started this. There's a time I have a sister who told me before I was doing a rice business, I think in COVID, I was doing rice, grains, food supplies. I did it. Some of things didn't work out well and it failed. I failed at it. And I remember when I was doing that rice business, my sister told me, I think it came off from a good place, but me, I was hurt.
I know.
She told me, Bananga, I wish you can stick to this. I think she had said, oh,
Bana tukoye
watu
nene.
wakakumanyira wano. Watu wakakumanyira wano. Before you know it, you're posting something. Before you know it, you're posting something. And when I was doing soul searching on which business now should I do, because before I did this, I was working with my husband. It's actually still ongoing. I was working with my husband on a poultry farm, farming and everything. It's still ongoing. That didn't fail, though we put on hold the poultry project, but it's still ongoing. So I needed something else that is mine, something mine. And I kept saying, what do I do really? What next? And I had that fear of, now how will I even share on my stories? Like people will say, oh, now she's back again with another business. So I first got scared to share, then I would share in inboxes, until I said, wait a minute. If you fear, then you'll stay under the table. You'll not come out. Whether other businesses have failed or what, because you asked me about campus I did clothing. I would wake up at 5, go to Wino, get tops, hey, iron them, wash them, iron them properly. I buy my top at 2,000. She'll like come and tell you the top is 40K. And the hustle we go through. But I started with the clothing, then I jumped out of clothing, then I sold quail eggs. Did you hear about the quail eggs? Man, I've done a lot of business. Then I went into the eggs business. I was buying from farmers and selling to shops and restaurants.
Last time Pastor Newton was telling us, like, a wounded lion fights better than one that is not
just
wounded.
fresh and just
Yeah,
born.
so
Yes. So when my eggs business was actually doing well, but at that time I had just finished campus. And my guardian, every visitor who would come at home, my guardian would say, I have my girl here. She has finished school, but she has no job. Then, as if I felt as if I had maybe he wanted me to also be, I've gone to work. So I felt maybe I've not made him proud or something. So now I started looking for a job as I'm doing this side business. But when I got a job, it was hard now to
do your
side hustle as because this job is 8 to 5. You're at the desk and they tell you, I need 50 trays of eggs. You have to deliver them somewhere. You have to be there. You have to. So I reached a point and it was exhausting. So I let it go. From there, I've done like other 15 businesses. But yeah, here we are. Yeah, here we are.
So you're in the same boat as Madidi.
Madidi. But at least the more you try, the more you find your passion.
Exactly.
Because now, right now, the business I'm doing, you can't challenge me about it. Even for the months or the few months I've done it, the experience I've gained, because you're willing to learn and you love it and you love what you do, I feel I can do it forever.
So usually when people give birth, you have a husband taking care of you, and now you feel that you've tried some other businesses ngabiganye. Usually abasinga we bafumbirwa they settle. Gwe checha akuwaliriza ogamba no, I also want my own business.
There's no sweet money like your money. There's no sweet money like your money. And I think times have changed, and sometimes it's always good I feel it's always good when you have your money and your husband has his own money. If you have any challenges, if something happened and maybe your husband is not working and you're also at home waiting for him to bring you bread and everything, but when you also have another side source of income and he also brings in, if it falls his side, you're covered.
So
if it
you
falls
woke
my
up
side,
one day n'ogamba omanyi kankole ekintu kyange.
yes.
You came up with the idea and everything.
Surprisingly, how I started this business is also another story. I had a cousin who had a function, and she gave me the to run it, like to look for providers, blah 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 blah.
Provider.
Yeah. And I said, I'm just looking for providers. Remember that time I was also looking for what to do. And I kept telling my sister, I feel I want to do something, but I don't know what. So I gave myself time. I said, I'm not going to jump into anything else now. I feel I want to do something, but I don't know what. But my husband used to tell me that even to every foods and drinks, you can't go off. So when she told me to organize that function, I saw tea, juice, ushers. I said, wait a minute. Why am I looking for these service providers?
Yet you can also do it.
And yet I can also do it. And you see, most times when you look at tea, juice, you think it's just going, make juice, make tea, but it comes with a lot of, you have to have knowledge, experience on how to deliver the service and bring it out up to standard. So I told her, oh, I've got your service provider. Actually, I didn't come out openly to tell her it is
I'm
me.
the one.
Because I knew she would maybe despise and what, yeah. So I didn't tell her. I just told my husband. I told her, you know what? Do you know this business is good? So when I got me immediately when I saw the opportunity, I started doing research. Started following people, YouTube. YouTube is really a good source of knowledge. I said, how do you do this? How do you do juice? How do you do tea? I went on Instagram, followed people. I told my husband, I'm going to do this. Usually, whenever I get an idea, the first person I tell is my husband. And by the way, it's something maybe to applaud if you have a supportive husband. Anything you tell them, there's no time you told me, Nenga, you failed at me. They go, hey, you try it. Try it and you see. So that was my first client. We did juice tea at her event.
Okay. Katsoke tuwumulemuko tukomewo n'ekitundu ekyokubiri.
Inspire.
Weewaawo omulabi waffe WASP activity tukyagenda mu maaso ne programu yaffe eya Inspire. Programu y'abakyala bato babeera bagabana naawe. Biki bye bakola, biki bye bayiseemu, naawe ali eyo ng'olina ky'oyitamu. Because we all face the same challenges. Tewali ky'oyitamu nga kipya. Babiraba dda. So if other people share their experiences, naawe obaako ky'oyigirako. So, Kamala. Omanyi ffe tulinamu ara Kamara. Kyova mbadde neegendereza. So okola your first gig. How was it?
It was good. It was good though challenging.
I know.
It was good though challenging because there are certain things you don't know. You're asking yourself, because service comes with a lot of expectation. It's not just coming and putting a cup of tea and then you sit back. You have to make sure your juice is good, your tea is good, it's hot, it's cold. Then you have to make sure that people, you have to serve it, the way you serve it to the people. How are the straws? Where you're serving from? Where does it look like?
So how long did it take you to learn all that after checking on YouTube, Instagram?
Actually, I've just remembered my first gig was not my cousin's. My first gig was a lady justice called, am I allowed to share the name?
It's okay.
She's called Lady Justice Harriet. Yeah, she called me. I sent her a flyer. I sent her a flyer in August 2022. She called me in November. Delison, you told me do these services. I have a kuchala for my sister. That is the first event I did. And I didn't know, you know, the way people say that they prepare tea from the venue, I used to say, my God, how do I prepare tea from a venue? How do you carry sigiris, everything? But all that is what makes your business grow. There's no way you would prepare tea in the morning and serve it at 6 a.m. So that first gig I got, it was challenging, and with that business, you have to keep time.
Of course.
I remember that first gig, to be honest, I didn't keep time. I didn't keep time, and it was a bit challenging, but...
So how was it, especially abantu abakuyambako? What wabikola weka oba?
The first gig
it must be one of the most expensive businesses to start, because you have a lot to... You
it's
need a lot.
It's actually not expensive. Doing juice and tea is not expensive.
So you started with juice.
Actually, I don't. If anyone wants to start a tea and juice business, they should not wait to have money to start. Because sometimes people think...
Oh, by then you were not providing snacks and all that?
No. By then I was just doing tea juice. By then I was just doing tea juice. And she called me for tea juice. Remember now, when it's an event and you want me to come to your function, you have to pay deposit. So it's your deposit that I will use to start. So I had nothing like, oh my God, now I need capital to buy fruits. No. And that first gig, I remember I did it myself. I went because she had told me to do juice for 100 people. I just went, researched, asked my, like, people who have been in the business. I actually called someone, actually, like, I needed juice, a person who has been in the business. Said, hello, I need juice for 100 people. How many jerrycans do you think? Said, this and this. I said, oh, how much fruits do you think? I know, give me my name, like what she thought. So at least she gave me a hint of how many jerrycans I should do. She gave me a hint of how much tea I should, how many liters of tea I should prepare and everything. So me, I was good to go. So me, I just went, bought my fruits. What I usually consider is do quality, though it's little. The juice was good, but it wasn't enough.
So how do you grow? Snacks.
The more you do something, the more you see the loopholes in the business. Because now before, I started juice tea ushers. But then when I wanted to, there's the first time I had got a gig from MultiChoice. They called me for a test. And the lady told me, do you have snacks? In my mind, unless something is going to kill me, I have nothing, like, I don't know.
You have everything.
I have everything. She told, do you have snacks? I said, yes, I do. Then I said, wow. So meaning if you serve breakfast to these people, you have to get snacks. That's how I realized it. Actually, I didn't have it in plan. Before, I used to have it on Bako. Bako, when you give them tea, I used to give a free service of cookies. Of like when we give them tea, we give them side cookies to eat, to take the tea with only Bako. But now here you have to expand and get more snacks, like more edible snacks. So the lady told me, share with me your menu. I said, what? I didn't have a menu, so immediately Google, YouTube, Instagram, who deals in snacks?
One thing I like about this story, story ya bulijjo akulaga engeri gy'ozimbamu ekintu tokera ku makya n'olowooza buli kimu ogenda kikola omulundi gumu. There are people that are waiting for capital. Agamba kantuule we nafuna ssente buli kimu nzigulewo restaurant nteekemu buli kimu. Bw'otandika bw'oti abasinga bagwa, but bw'otandika ne steps zino entonotono zaali mu kutunnyonnyola, there is no way w'ogenda okulemererwa. It's a little bit challenging, but it gives you experience and courage. So,
yeah. So, but from there, I got the snacks. I started including the snacks on my menu. So now when someone wants breakfast, I know I also have snacks. When someone wants juice, I know I also have to put fruits. So, and actually, we do tea, juice, snacks, ushers, but even when someone wants soft drinks, like sodas, water, we have full package, we come with everything.
So what are some of the challenges z'osanga mu kubeera ng'okola ebintu nga bino? especially you're telling someone I can do this, and it's going to be your first time to do it. What are some of the challenges Osanzemu?
The challenges I found, the first challenge I had is I used to think that to deliver, like to make juice, you have to make that juice at that very time you're going to make it. So I would wake up like at 2 a.m. and start making juice. Then when I was following people on Instagram, I realized people make juice even actually the day before and keep it in the freezer. And then by the morning time, the juice is, and also differentiating the different types of juices, because there's some juices that want to be made immediately. Like now watermelon juice. Never risk to make watermelon juice the day before.
What about even making it that day?
You have to be careful. So the challenge came in learning the sensitive juices, so that you don't disappoint your customer. Knowing the sensitive juices, knowing who to partner with. Because the first time I said I wanted to do snacks, I had no knowledge about snacks. But also you have to be careful on who you partner with to do your business. Not everyone you partner with is good to be is a good partner in your business. Some people you will partner with them and you will crash. Some people you will partner with and you will grow. So the other challenge I've had in my business growing is knowing who to partner with, because you'll bring a person to partner with them and they want to take over your business. You get? So you also have to know, draw a line.
By the way, chichizibu
draw a line of come and work together, but you okuma wano. You get? It's a very big challenge. Actually, my boys used to tell me, but auntie, you don't talk. You don't talk, you should talk. But then you realize you're in a service business whereby sometimes when you be more emotional about the business, it will easily spoil your business. And a name, your brand is very key. So before me, I used to think maybe keeping quiet. But then you realize sometimes you have to talk, but know how much am I going to talk with this person I'm partnering with, so that we don't clash and end up in, funny fights. Still engage with the person, but draw a line when making partnerships. So the sensitive juices, the partnerships.
I have this client, I need this and this. Before you know it, they go to the client straight. And have you had such experiences?
I have. I have. But this one for her, it was even strange. Like you make an order, hello, please, I need these snacks. So you tell your boy, how do they delegate? I tell my boy, you know what? This is the contact for the snacks person, please engage them. And the lady refused to give them the snacks. She wanted to come where I'm working from. Auntie, the lady refused to give us snacks. I said, why? She said, no, she has refused. I said, why? So she wants to hand them to you personally.
So right now, are you doing your own snacks? Or?
Yes, we are doing our own snacks now. Yeah, we had to. Every challenge you get, you find a way.
You find a solution.
Yes, you have to find a solution.
I like that.
Don't break down because of a challenge. When a challenge comes, ask yourself, what am I learning from this? What is it teaching me? I know sometimes us as women, we get so emotional and we let emotions challenge our thinking. So sometimes when a challenge comes, before you become emotional, before you give feedback, what have you learned from it? What is it teaching you that makes you better? Me, even though you come and tell me, Bana, your juice is bad, I'll say, thank you. Thank you for the feedback.
I will
actually follow up that person and ask them,
Bichi byofunye mweno business. Bichi byotuseeko n'ogamba nti I see where I'm going right now.
For the months I've done this, I remember I started it last year. I think I'm going to make a year in 2 months now. I didn't know in the shortest time possible. Are you saying the material things or the
material or anything?
My business growing, because even the multi-choice gig you found me doing, I found that very fast for me. There are very many people who are doing tea, juice and business, but they are still looking for how to,
Exactly.
you know. Above all, when you trust, I think one thing I have to say, it's God. I would actually feel so selfish, and
If you gave yourself the credit.
the credit.
So where do you see this in the next 2 years?
In the next 2 years, I see this business.
Onatera okwongeramu emmere?
Actually, I usually see people saying that my business is a one-stop thing, but I always love you to do something that will make you be known for that. Like wengenda omukyalo ono juice chai ashers n'ebyokunywa ebirala mba mbifunye. I think I'm more passionate now in that field of tea, juice, ushering, and so I just want us to grow in that and be branded in that.
That's good. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I know manyi muyize ebintu bingi, especially engeri y'okukula mu mpola si kwagala kukula omulundi gumu. Naffe n'omuntu bw'aba agenze mu gym okusala weight atandika mpola, it's after some time, tosobola kulaba like change immediately, but after some time you see the change. Ankozeeko anyambaza olwaleero ye Joanita wali ku Clarets Boutique, osobola omukubira ku 0772330591. Nze Shira Nakayemba era aba Dynasty wano Ekololo. They have a special Mother's Day menu, so osobola oyitawo anytime n'ofuna ebyakabi. Tusisinkane wiiki ejja.
Inspire.